Standing here with Tucson native. I think you're
Correct.
native
Born
of
and
Tucson,
raised,
born
yeah.
and raised,
Yep.
right? Chika Ebunoha getting ready to welcome the hometown team into
Yep.
Provo
Yep.
for
Excited.
BYU in Arizona this Saturday. Just what are kind of some of the emotions of that, I guess?
Excitement. I think that's the biggest one. I mean, I grew up watching Arizona play, and that was my grown-up team, my hometown team. So I think it's exciting, very exciting to play them. Yeah, for sure.
You're from Tucson. Your high school, I don't know exactly where you live when your high school's like literally right down the road from UofA's campus.
About 30 minutes,
Yeah.
about 20-ish, 25 minutes, yeah.
So do you know a bunch of players on that team, people around the program, that kind of thing?
I actually had a couple players from my school end up going there, but one of them is in the league and the other one transferred.
Sure.
But yeah, shout out to them for sure. Yeah.
I was gonna say you've been at BYU for a little while now, so there's probably been some cycling out and whatnot. But did they ever recruit you much out of high school, or kind of give you any looks?
Yeah, I got a couple of looks. Some of the coaches, there's a lot of mixing with the coaches leaving and stuff, but I got a couple of looks. Never got any offers or any preferred walk-ons or anything,
Right.
But yeah.
I was gonna say at this point when you were being recruited, I think it was like 2 staffs ago.
Yeah.
Because it seems like they cycle through coaches a lot over there at U of A. But from kind of the local community, what's sort of the brand? What's sort of the kind of the vision of what Arizona football is from the people in that area?
Well, growing up, I think Arizona football was just huge for the community, only because Tucson isn't the biggest city.
Sure.
I would say it's a very more tight-knit type of city. So, like I said, bear down, the logo. I mean, you'll see that at any restaurant, on any shirt. They sell it at Walmart. So I think that school's huge for the community for sure.
Right. I'm from originally from a little bit upstate in the valley, and so don't hate me too much. But Tucson kind of reminds me a little bit of Provo in some ways.
In some ways, I think the impacts of the schools and the cities have a huge impact.
Yeah.
Like, I agree with you for sure, yeah.
So Arizona's obviously a newcomer to the Big 12. They come over with the kind of the 4 Mountain Time Zone schools as that contingent and whatnot.
Correct.
When they made the move over, were you a little bit excited, like, oh, I get to play those guys?
I was ecstatic. I'm not gonna lie, I was ecstatic. I know my friends and family back home were excited too. I got a bunch of messages about it, but yeah, I was very excited for that.
For sure. So when you look at this year's team and game review and whatever, I won't ask for everything that you're watching on tape. That would be real mean of me. But what kind of stands out? What's the number one thing that sort of stands out about that?
I mean, I think Arizona's just a capable team. They have great targets. They have great receivers. Number 4, I think one of the best in the country. I mean, the quarterback, he can sling that thing, and a good running back as well. So I think they're a very capable team. I think they have great athletes. I think that's the main standout for me for sure.
You mentioned their running back. It's funny because everybody knows about T-Mac and what he can do and whatnot. Their running back's pretty decent. Quali Conley, he's putting up some pretty good numbers already this year. He's actually played you guys when he was at Utah Tech a couple of years ago. So what kind of stands out about his game in particular?
I think that he's just athletic. I think he's explosive, very good at running wide, and I think that's a guy that we shouldn't sleep on.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I'm going to repeat something that the other guys asked you. I won't keep you very long, but how much fun are these games against the Arizona schools for you?
I mean, this is technically my first one, so
right. Yeah. So what are you looking forward to, I guess
I'm looking forward to beating them, obviously. Yeah. But no, I'm looking forward just to any game. I just enjoy the atmosphere of LaBelle Edwards and having fun and playing your heart out. I think this one's probably going to be a little more special for me because it is my hometown, and I know there's a lot of friends and families and a lot of people from my hometown watching this and keeping up with me about it. But yeah, like any other game, I'm just excited to play in that stadium and feel the atmosphere for sure.
What are those interactions like? I'm just curious what those, when people are talking about from hometown, talking about playing, the Wildcats.
A little good-natured trash talk going on?
A little trash talk, of course. I mean, my friends are always going to tease me like, but I think, honestly, more supportive than anything. I know Arizona football has had a huge impact probably for them as well growing up, but I mean, my family and friends have been supportive since I've been out here, and they came out to a lot of my games, and I know they'll be they got my back the whole time. So I mean, yeah, it's just gonna be fun for sure.
Do you have connections on that other the other side?
I did have some players actually from my high school that went there.
Oh, okay.
But one of them just got drafted. He's in the league right now.
Oh, good. Yeah,
and the other one transferred. So right now, not really, but yeah.